let's hit the poll question right now.
Yeah.
It's our Monday morning poll question.
Yeah.
On Donnie and Dolly, the team. Rick?
All right, here we go.
This was a team effort, by the way.
A team effort, all three of us. We're not going to blame Ryan. A lot of people taking shots at Ryan, justifiably, but he's 33 on this poll. Who will you blame if the Canucks trade Pettersson? And 77% say Pettersson, 23% say the Canucks. 2,200 votes in just over an hour. That's going to set a record for us. So it's
under an hour, actually.
Well, it's touched a nerve, and there, all the negative nannies are out too. But let me tell you about what the Canucks have gone through in the last 48 hours. You had the rumor about the Canucks making an offer for 8 years, $12 million. That in the last 48 hours. Then Elliot Friedman, teams are calling on Pettersson.
We're going to run that clip in a bit.
We're going to run the clip. This is exactly what happens in a Canadian market when one of your top players hasn't signed. Bo Horvat went through it last year, Donnie. Pettersson's going through it this year. This isn't Carolina. This isn't Columbus. This isn't L.A. This isn't Florida. This is a hot Canadian market, and when one of your top players doesn't want to sign, this is what happens. Now
he doesn't want to sign.
Well, not right now. But it's two national stories that came into Vancouver, not by Vancouver media, national media. Let me rephrase that again. Not by local media. Local media is not setting the trend here. It is national media that keeps talking about Pettersson, his contract, so we're reacting to it. It's a part of the way this is the way the media works. This is it. I mean, for us not to talk about his contract, teams are now calling. This was going to happen every single time. It's a distraction for the Canucks, and whether you like it or not, it's a distraction.
Now, a lot of people would love us to talk, and rightfully so. I get it. People are excited in this town about what's going on with the Canucks. And that game Saturday night was absolutely fabulous.
Awesome game.
One of the best regular season games. Somebody texted into us, what are you guys doing with the poll question? That was the best regular season game in 10 years
in a long time
at Rogers Arena.
Yep.
I agree. It was one of them at the very least. It was just so entertaining. Big comeback, much needed, because it looked like they were on the verge of going 5 games on a 5-game losing streak. Really, really important. It was 48 hours ago.
Yeah,
that's not the way the media works, and we don't always do the pom poms here. You can listen and watch other shows if you want, but we don't always do the pom poms here. This story's ongoing. There's something here, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Canuck victory a little bit more later. We're going to hear from Rick Tocchet from yesterday's practice, but this story is ongoing with Elias Pettersson, one of the best players on the Canucks, one of the best players in the league, and it just seems like there's a possibility.
Yes,
a good possibility that he might not be long for the Vancouver Canucks. If you're a Calgary Flames fan, you know what happened with Matthew Tkachuk.
Yes,
right.
Johnny
RFA.
Gaudreau. Look, there's been other RFAs that left too. Look, it's become a distraction now for the Canucks. That's the only way I can say it. And Donnie, they're willing to talk and throw a lot of money at Pettersson, but they don't have a willing participant to talk contract with. That's the bottom line. And the Canucks have to protect themselves. They can't go through this again next year, folks. They can't. They cannot go through this next year when it will be 10 times worse because he's a UFA. He's an RFA now. Teams are calling because the future is unknown for Pettersson. Canucks are not getting any indication from Pettersson that he wants to be here long term. There's frustration there. I still have no intel that he wants out. Up till now, I've always thought Pettersson would sign, but I'm not so sure now. Vancouver's got to do their homework here, Donnie, when it comes to a trade. They got to do their homework. I don't see a trade in the next 2 weeks, but if it doesn't get resolved in the summer, obviously if he's not here long term, it could end up gearing that way.
So many people are talking about how tremendous JT Miller has been.
And he has.
And look, they've just went through a 4-game losing streak, despite the way JT Miller has been playing. You saw what he was up to Saturday night. And we're talking somebody who's 5th in National Hockey League points. But he put that team on his back on Saturday night. Elias Pettersson, not so much. This is a wonderfully talented hockey player. Yep. Top 10 point getter in the National Hockey League. We get that. But, Rick, what about the people? And we're hearing about it in our Delaney's OK Taryn Langley inbox and on Twitter, the responses to our poll question. Well, one of the reasons he's not playing well is because of the negativity from the media in this town. How would you respond to that?
I don't think he had 100 points last year. Everybody was raving about Pettersson. He's on pace for another 100 points again. Donnie, there has been negativity about his play in the last 2 or 3 weeks. There's no question. Don, I think he had 14 goals in January, and I think he's only got 2 in February. I think so. I mean, his performance production-wise has dipped in the last month, but by the same token, it's not ongoing and constant all the time. When he plays well, we remember the New York trip, 4 points against the Rangers,
tremendous.
4 against the Pens. Everyone was raving about him. Everybody, that was the best road trip, one of the best road trips in the history of the Vancouver Canucks. He was a big reason why they did so well. When he plays well, this city responds with positivity. When he doesn't, he gets it.